Hey guys, what is going on? This is Daaro DS and welcome to another episode of Higurashi When They Cry. As last time, a lot of things had happened and crazy Rena kind of scared us a little bit. To the point where we're kind of doubting whether this place is actually safe or not. So, let us continue where we left off. It's going to be a quick second because it kind of lags. Just a little bit. I'm going to load this one. I said I was going to take a walk, but I didn't have any particular destination in mind. I just need to kill some time. I got on my bike and pondered where to go. I could just go read at the bookstore, but it would take about an hour by bike just to get into town. It would be dark by the time I got back, so I didn't want to go unless I had to. The roads at night here in Hinamizawa creep me out. Mion or Satoko ever found out about that. I smile wearily. Riley. Oh yeah. Rena was probably still at the Mountain of Treasure, the dam construction site. The excavation of Colonel Sanders was probably taking her a while. It wouldn't be so bad to have her owe me one. She might return the favor next time we have club activities. A little bit of self-interest in mind, I set off towards the dam construction site. Omitake-san might be there as well. The only person with information for the incident that both Rena and Mion denied knowing anything about. If I meet him again, I'd like to ask for more details. To ask, was there really a dismemberment here in Hinamizawa? That was my real intention. I spotted Rena struggling up the slope of a garbage pile. I looked and it looked like Colonel Sanders was lodged in there pretty firmly. Didn't look like Rena would be able to excavate him by herself. Realizing that Tomitake-san wasn't around, I began climbing up the slope unsteadily. Hey Rena, looks like you're working up a sweat. Whoa, Keiichi-kun! What brings you to a place like this? A place like this, huh? I see, she was aware of it at least. I received a signal for emergency assistance. At the accident site. Where is the injured party? Huh? Accident? Huh? But there was a report Colonel Sanders was buried alive in the trash pile. Oh, that. You scared me. Don't frighten me like that, Keiichi-kun. I was just kidding. I thought you might be struggling by yourself, so I came out to help. Came to help you out. Huh? You came for me? Well, I filled my quota for today. If I don't see Rena blush slightly, like at least once a day, then I'm not getting my daily required nutritional intake. Okay. Just kidding, you're embarrassing me now. Just kidding, you're embarrassing me now. So, what part was the joke? What part was it? I just ignored her bewilderment. Okay, now move out of the way. So where's Colonel Sanders? Sorry. Can't you see him? In that gap? He's really buried in there. Colonel Sanders was sideways, surrounded by boards and other construction materials, like they were caging him inside. According to Rena, it was like this yesterday. It seems as though another illegal dumper came yesterday, dumped again, and now he's buried in it like this. You're trying to move this pile all by yourself? With those scrawny arms? There's no way she'd be able to do it. Boo! Okay. There's no way she'd be able to do that with her slender arms. But Colonel Sanders is so cute! There's a chain on the Colonel Sanders at the store. This one, though, should be able to take this one home. Okay. When Rena gave up on this Colonel Sanders, she probably started devising a plan to steal the one in front of the store. As Rena's guardian, I won't allow her to sully her hands with crime. Out of the way. I'll do it. Rena blushed again. This time I left it alone. The pile was enormous. Also, the more days we wasted, the more likely another illegal dumping would occur. If it got buried any deeper, there would be nothing that could be done. Keiichi-kun, I'll help too. Let me help. You just get in the way, so stay back. Pulling out scraps, bending them, and tossing them aside. I quickly became covered in sweat and dust. Oh god, I'm sorry, I killed somebody. Killed a squirrel over there, I'm sorry. Flying objects drew beautiful arcs across the twilight sky, one after another. Lumber, timber, plywood. Damn it! No matter how much I threw out, there was still more. Even though I could see Colonel Sanders right there. After grandstanding like that in front of Rena, I felt frantic because of how little I had progressed. If I was going to do this seriously, I needed an axe or a saw or something. That's enough, Keiichi-kun. You're so sweaty. You don't have to try so hard. I'm just doing for you, Rena. Don't worry about it. Rena began sputtering and turned beet red. Whoops, I meant to say that I was trying my best so as to keep her from becoming a criminal. Yeah, oh well. Rena. I guess I just need a break. This is pretty tough. I sprawled on my back over the grassy slope. I'm so sorry. You're covered in sweat. When I patted her handkerchief against my forehead, it felt pretty nice. Well, wait here a minute, okay? My house is pretty close. I'll bring you some barley tea, okay? Leaving the handkerchief on my forehead, Rena took off running. The cries of the Higurashi gently cooled the air. After I was certain that Rena would be gone, I picked myself up and headed towards what I discovered earlier. There was a garbage pile of magazines and newspapers bound up in twine. Unless I'm mistaken, I believe it was around here. There it was. They were bound stacks of not-so-reputable tabloids. They were stacked chronologically, so going back quite going back quite a few years. It was quite a disturbing incident. It seems they haven't been able to find one of the arms, you see. If it was just as Tomitaka had said, then undoubtedly there would be a mention of the murder. The murder! There are troubled times. There is no need to end. There's no end to these sickening incidents. There's a large part of the society drawn in by these incidents as well. So it had to be recorded. Somewhere. I unfastened the packages and opened up the rain-soaked pages, carefully, looking over the table of contents. Not here. Next one. Not here. Next one. It was hard to search since I didn't know when it happened. I didn't know who was the perpetrator or the victim was either. I only knew that it had happened here. I looked up every so often, checking to see if Rena had come back or not. I wouldn't want her to see me gawking at dirty magazines, but it wasn't just that. Both Rena and Mion said they didn't know. But it happened without a doubt. As long as Tomitake-san was lying. Wasn't lying. If both Rena and Mion... Ah, yeah, there it was. If they just said that, then I wouldn't have gotten so hung up on it. An incident that neither Rena or Mion wished to talk about. Trying to uncover it after they tried to conceal it out of good intentions. That made me feel like I was acting against my friends. Hinamizawa dam worker lynching murder by dismemberment. Here it is. The featured article was in the back, and it seemed that there was a photograph in the colored pages at the front. The pages of the featured article were stuck together and weren't easy to open. Rena could return at any moment. Feeling rushed, I gave up and opened the photograph page. The police investigators were carrying the body bag, and the newspaper reporters were all bathing it in camera flashes. The image was blurry and hard to understand, but I could definitely make out the headlines. A tragic nightmare at the Hinamizawa construction site. Lynching and murder dismemberment. The victim was the site foreman he had assaulted his assailants daily with. An explosive backlash from his daily actions is a horrible image to see from the site foreman as it happened. It really did happen. It seemed the details were on the next page. I turned the page without pausing. On it was... Assailants butchered the victim's body with hatchets and pickaxes, then used the axe to split the cadaver into 6 pieces: the head, the arms, the legs, and torso. I could understand just from the headline that it was just too terrible of an accident. Normally a lynching is just assault and murder, right? Dismemberment with hatchets and pickaxes wasn't a lynching. It was a merciless killing to the letter, a brutal murder. Done by a group of people. With hatchets. With pickaxes. With an axe. Eek! Sorry. Did I startle you? Rena dropped her axe. She was holding onto the grass after being startled by my voice. Ichikun, you see, earlier. Yeah, you said it would help if you had an axe, wouldn't you? Didn't you? So, I brought an axe for you. From the shed. Rena fluttered her arms in panic, continuing to explain and apologize. It seemed I'd been glaring at her pretty intensely. I'm sorry. I guess my reaction was a bit overboard. No, I'm sorry as well. I'm sorry. Night was drawing close. I was pretty worn out, and it wouldn't hurt to do the rest tomorrow. Doesn't look like we can break that last beam without an axe. You brought it after all. I'll have to borrow it tomorrow. All right? Okay. Why do you look so glum? Tomorrow we'll be digging out Colonel Sanders, right? You're right. I totally want to take Colonel Sanders home soon. We both knew that it was useless to apologize any more than that. I quenched my thirst with the barley tea Rena brought and wiped off the sweat that had gone cold. We took the path ahead home. Felt quite guilty about the tabloid wrapped up in my jacket. Oh man, things are getting juicy. You have received new tips. We're at least going to be looking at one. I already know what the tablet is, so let's look at the special. Nightmare befalls the Hinamizawa Dam. Lynching and murder dismemberment. On next month, the next day, next prefecture, the Hinamizawa Dam construction work site in Shishibone City. A bone-chillingly gruesome murder and dismemberment. Even though this case has shocked the archipelago, the police will give no details on the case. Exactly what happened at the Hinamizawa Dam. They probably didn't have the mean to kill him at first, but the victim resisted by swinging around a shovel, and the rest of the perpetrators armed themselves in return, and it quickly escalated to homicide. So said the aforementioned investigator A. After this bloody tragedy was over, they were left with a body, which nobody thought was alive. X-san had tormented the suspects daily with his rough behavior. At first, it was meant to be payback. All the perpetrators were horrified by their deed, and no one even turned himself into the police. It was the facto leader of this group, X, who had suggested hiding the body. Reluctantly at first, they soon began to think that they did not wish to be caught. The construction site had numerous places to hide the body, with 6 people. They were originally supposed to hide the body and leave the area. But the facto leader feared the concises of the other 5 wouldn't be able to bear the burden, and came up with a horrifying method to keep them from turning them into the police. He devised a hideous method to splitting up the body among them and making each of them responsible for hiding a piece. X had turned a simple manslaughter into a gruesome dismemberment and forcibly involved each perpetrator in order to create a sense of unity between them. Each one participated. But what does this mean? Person A spoke out reluctantly. X had ordered each of us and every one of them to dissect a piece for themselves. They were hesitant at first, but nobody refused. In for a penny, in for a pound, was what it meant. Thus, an unimaginable bloody ceremony began. The perpetrators wept and vomited as they performed the gruesome task. There was one person who stubbornly refused, but X threatened them, saying nothing would change if someone had else ended up dead, and he gave up to his objections. But X's plan collapsed in the span of one night. XXX, who had refused to dissect the corpse up until the last moment, had broken down into tears at the hospital where he was being treated for an injury sustained during the scuffle, and confessed. The criminals were arrested one after the other, but for the de facto ex-leader XX, whereabouts were still unknown. Also, the right arm hidden by X was yet to be found. Despite an ongoing search, this horrible individual has so far managed to elude law enforcement. What could the police be doing? It appears that X had said he was going out to throw the body, right arm, into the marsh. X's car was discovered abandoned near the marsh, and there was no clues to his whereabouts. X didn't trust his companions. One cannot deny the possibility that he had expected his companions to confess to the police and use his car as a decoy. Of course, I doubt that theory. Since he has no car, no one would expect him to have a limited area at which he could have escaped to. But within the station there were rumors going around that he had accidentally slipped and drowned in the marsh when he went to throw away the body. The marsh is believed to be bottomless. It's known as Onikakushi, the ogre's abyss, and its center at the bottom of the marsh is connected to the hellish world of demons. The atrocious demon from hell that was XX. Could it be that he had returned to hell through the marsh? What? The Zen Dragon, bringer of luck and fortune. Prosperous future. Ladies leaping into your arms. Business success. Promotions. Ambition. Protection from harm. Not just with pachinko and horse races, but business, even love. Guaranteed your money back. Zen Dragon Bracelet DX. One piece. 27,800 yen. God, that was that was hilarious. Oh my goodness. That was hilarious. Guys, you can't get anything better than this. That was too funny. Alright, so we're gonna go move on to a new chapter, I believe so. So let's save and load. The end of chapter 3. So we figure out what is going on. Should we end it right here and continue on to chapter 3 next time? Or should we start with something new? Or should we start chapter 3 and then get to a certain point and then decide to leave it alone? Well, since we're about 23 and a half minutes in, I think we got a good another 20 minutes, or maybe another 10 to 20 minutes left, so let us continue. Let's keep on going. The function of the school as an education facility is very questionable. Our PE class is exceptionally disorganized. The only thing we do together is at our warm-ups at the start. The teacher isn't even there after that. All we do is play together, like recess. Yeah. Oh, God. No hopping it. Everyone's different. Everybody's a different age or gender. The only rule that we have is we have to stay in the school grounds while exercising. All the little kids were gallivanting about. Gallivanting. Oh, gallivanting. Well, they're certainly being active, but they might get plenty of exercise, but the Board of Education probably completely forgot about this school. I wouldn't. I mean, I would too. Hey guys, sorry to keep you waiting. We're out here together now. What shall we do today for PE? Alright. We have all of our members gathered now. Nothing, class representative. What shall we do for PE today? What shall we do? Mion harumphed and crossed her arms haughtily, surveying the area. Explosive power and endurance. There are no friends in the world of sports. Everyone is a rival. They're the only thing you can trust in is your own body. What in the heck do you mean by that? You really read too much manga. I quipped without missing a beat. And so we'll be taking a lesson from history. The tried and true king of all outdoor melee events. Let's play tag. It was quite the adorable choice to make after playing up so much. The tried and true, yeah. The tried and true. I was hoping for. That dunderhead Keiichi-san shall be the first one to be hit. I won't be beaten. I'll try my best too. You can't beat me. Why are you guys so into it? The third rule of our society is you must partake in the game, enjoying it without question. Then this counts as a club activity? Everyone smirked at each other. God. They all seemed pretty confident. I'm a man. Physically, I should be able to keep up with any girls my own age. Regardless, Mion and Satoko looked like they were aiming for victory, and Rena was looking at me like if pitying my disadvantage. Fine. Tag. I'm in. My yell echoed across the school grounds. That wasn't really an echo, but tried. I don't want to be too loud. These were the rules. Anyone who was able to evade being tagged before the bell was the winner. But we didn't switch who was it. The ones who were tagged by it also became it. So the number of people who were it could increase exponentially. The end game would become a hellish siege. They call the version we're playing here zombie tag, you see. Anyone infected by a zombie turns into a zombie. Why did it make it sound so scary? I wonder. As soon as I catch Rena, I'm going to tear her entrails. Oh my god. As soon as I catch Rena, I'm going to tear her outer entrails while she's still alive. Gross! Keiichi-kun, that's gross! Rika-chan placed her hand on Rena's head as she panicked. Don't worry, before Keiichi gobbles you down, I'll eat you up gently. What the heck is up with you guys? Oh my gosh. What is up with you guys? Rika, that isn't comforting at all. But with Mion and I nodded deeply. Definitely, yep. So, the first it. How do you decide who's the zombie? With rock, paper, scissors? Hell yeah. No. Oh no. Well, it is class time after all. Let's decide by answering questions. I'll ask the questions, and the one who isn't able to answer is the zombie. I have no idea which grade level they're coming from. What does the Japanese word for roku mean? I guess I'm it. I have no clue. Huh? I was bewildered by the sudden question. Mion repeated it. So you need to answer. What is roku in English? It's 6. How about Kutsu Shida? Socks. What's the third last letter in the alphabet? It's X. What does seibetsu mean? Of course I know what that is. This is... Uh-oh. Satoko cut herself off before finishing the answer. I see, it's quite a lewd question. You're an adult, aren't you? Of course you know what that is, right? I certainly do. Of course I know. Then go ahead and say it. That. You know. That. What does that mean exactly? Oh, Satoko looks like she's in trouble. How cute. Don't take her home, it's a crime. If I don't nip it in the bud, she might really have tried to take her home. Mion's pursuit was relentless, making Satoko stammer. Now then, go ahead and say it nice and loudly. What does that mean? I do know. I do know. I mean, that means a person, thing, idea. That means a person, thing, idea, action, or event that which has been previously indicated in context. Huh? All of us were surprised by Rika-chan's unexpected answer. I see, well, it is certainly is what that means. That could have been awkward. I wonder if that would have done in... I wonder what I would have done in Satoko's positions. I'd probably get ticked off and just blurt out, you know what, at the top of my lungs. God, I would have loved to see that. I wouldn't want you as my enemy, Mion Sonozaki. Thank goodness you were born a girl. If you're a boy, you'd probably be preferred an asshole. It appears I have no choice. Unfortunately, I, Satoko Hojo, shall presume the role of zombie. I shall eat everyone. It seems like she's raring to go. All I must do is count to 100, correct? Some jerks skip numbers while counting to 100, so you can start chasing after you solve this problem. Whoa, Keiichi-kun. Give her a simple one, okay? 1/5 of a cake, 1/6 of a cake, and 1/7 of a cake are all on a plate. Oh no! There's no common denominators! Satoko grabbed his stick in panic and began drawing a cake and fractures on the ground. Oh no! If Satoko, who can eat one cake in 60 seconds, eats all of them, how many cakes are left on the plate? Just as I finished giving the word, Mion shouted. Ready, go! Mion's signal, everyone but Satoko scattered. Keiichi-kun, that wasn't a problem at all, was it? Satoko had already lost the moment she started working on it. She's eating it all, so of course there's nothing left on the plate. Everyone dashed off in the direction they thought was best. Knowing the lay of the land, they probably headed right to the best spots. It was obvious that I was at a disadvantage. At a time like this, I would have been more effective to go along with those trained in survival skills. Like Mion, for example. The fact that I didn't realize at the start of the game was probably hurt my chances. Glancing back over the school grounds, I saw Satoko just rising up to start. She was really, really mad. She got tripped up in such a dumb question. I stood at one of the corners of the school. I had a clear sightness of the two directions, so I probably would had a good response in time if any zombies started closing in. For the time being, I caught my breath and focused on what I was trained to think during the club activities yesterday. Now, think calmly, Keiichi Maebara. If that was it, what would I do? Increasing my numbers would be the shortcut to victory. Then going after the weakest player first is the obvious plan of attack, meaning me. Now then, where would Keiichi-san possibly be? I shan't let you escape. But of course. What would be the best method to track me down? Footprints or smell? Or maybe some type of trail? If I could craftily hide my tracks, then there would be no trail for Satoko to follow. But I was no detective. Would I even be able to do that kind of thing in an amateur game like this? Tomita! Okamura! Have you seen Keiichi-san recently? What the heck? Do zombies hunt their prey by asking nicely where they went? Tomita-kun and Okimura-kun pointed their location where I was hiding. Wow. After confirming she was headed in the direction, I abandoned my position. It wasn't easy to hide myself with those little kids running around as they pleased. It was becoming even more obvious that I was at a disadvantage from not being familiar with those surroundings. If that's how it was going to be, then to confront this intelligence gathering zombie, I just counter it in a similar vein. I approached some girls playing into the ball. I'm sorry, but could you relay this message? Tell Satoko Hojo that her parents are at the gate, please. Message, ha ha ha. Okay. I stopped the girls as they turned to run off. Wait, don't go yet. Also, take this to Mion Sonozaki. Tell her that the teacher is calling her to the gate. I'm quite the schemer, if I do say so myself. If things went well, then Satoko and Mion would run into each other at the gate. Then it would put me at a disadvantage if more people were it. But this was Mion we're talking about. She'd figure out a way to escape. But that was just fine. As long as it brought me more time. Dance with me, Mion and Satoko. Dance! In the palm of my hand. Having my fill of playing the con man, I looked for the place to hide. If you think about it logically, I only bought myself a scant amount of time. And it might even come back to bite me. Once it became apparent that I started spreading false information through messengers, I could end up being a recipient of one of those messages. Satoko would probably ask the messengers to help look for me. That would really be more zombies than participants in the game. The virus that was brought to bring my mischief would probably cause an epidemic. All my classmates would transform into zombies, and I would only be searching for me. This tactic might backfire horribly. While trembling in the thought of impeding Dawn of the Dead, I began searching for the safe house. I found a shed by the incinerator behind the school. After climbing up the roof, I held my breath. It wasn't a bad place to hold out. Not only did I have a good line of sight, but if necessary, I could jump off in 3 different directions to escape. It was getting rowdy down there. The grower graves were running around below the shed. Maebara-san isn't around. Is he over there? Nope. Where's Keiichi, I wonder? His dad is at the front gate. That was definitely a lie. The word gate, the same one I'd used to give a hint of revenge. So Mion was behind this. I was still keeping one step ahead of the game. Underclassmen. No, if I felt bad for my underclassmen, I felt bad for my underclassmen, but they've had to search until the school bell. Hey, do you know where Keiichi-san is at? His mom suddenly got really sick. Message from Maebara-san. They said his house caught fire and they needs to come to the gate. A jumbo jet fell on the top of Maebara's. A jumbo jet. The police have come to question him. Anything goes now. They say he enjoys peeping into bathrooms. Huh? Isn't true that he's going around every. I'm literally crying right now. These responses. Who are they talking about? I heard they were panties. I hear he wears panties on his head and smells like them and stuff. No way I'd do that. I heard the class representative Mion was a victim too. What? This was your doing, Mion! Calm down, Keiichi Maebara. This was Mion's battle tactic to flush me out. Just hold on. My kinder classmen thought it was, if logically, they would know that it was all nonsense. But small kids don't think about things logically. To them, all those things were true. So if they all chuckled together while looking for me. I win, Mion. It's my victory. Wiping unrelenting tears away, I felt intoxicated by my own victory. Did you hear? I heard that the new transfer student Maebara-san is really a perverted person. Yeah. The cost of beating Mion had too high a price. Oh, someone passed below. It's Rena and Rika-chan. Rika-chan, you're still okay? I'm getting by somehow. It seems Mi-chan is it as well. Mion? It couldn't be. She'd become it because of my little strategy? This confirmed that Mion was behind the relentless message war. Then, this wasn't good. We finally got away from Mi-chan, but Satoko-chan, Satoko-chan is searching around the pipes. So we should be safe around here for a while. Upon hearing that, I breathed a sigh of relief. While Rena was slumped down on the ground, breathing heavily, Rika-chan had suddenly creeped up to her. Rika-chan suddenly doesn't normally make noises while she walks, but it is strange. Could it be? It couldn't be. Oh! Rika-chan! What is it? Huh? Don't worry. I'd never seen Rika-chan smile so creepily before. Oh, you're coming closer. Why? Rika-chan, this isn't a zombie, isn't she? Don't be scared. I'll be sure to eat you gently. Oh, no. No way. Rika-chan, no. Rena was pressed against the wall, and Rika-chan lurched forward with both arms out, just like a zombie. Rena quaked her back against the wall. It was quite a surreal scene of horror. Like one of those zombie breakout videos you'd see. At that moment, Rena's eyes met mine. Keiichi-kun, save me! Zombie Rena turned 180 degrees exorcist style and glared at me. Found him! I see Kei-chan! Mion popped out from behind the cinder block wall around the garbage dump, also seeing where I was. My position was only advances when there was only one zombie. Being surrounded was not as good. You said you located Kei-san? I could tell that Satoko was rushing my way. It seemed that Rika-chan had let Rena escape, and now she was baring her fangs in my direction. Come on down, Kei-chan. Three zombies circled the shed, moaning curses. You guys are scary. Too scary. Too scary. I wonder how Keiichi-san's gonna guts taste. Keiichi-san. Keiichi, I want you to become one of us. Someone please save me! As Rena apologizing to me from across the courtyard. An apology? Sorry, leaving me for dead. Rena! I leapt off the roof out of fear, slipping as I landed. Satoko and Rika jumped off on top of me, and after straddling me, they tickled me all over my body. Wah! Stop! So this means Rena is still left. There isn't much time until the bell. Damn you, Rena! How dare you leave me for dead! These feelings of a zombie. I understood how vengeful ghosts with lingering regrets felt. It's sad, so sad. But Keiichi is one of us now. It felt like I'd been bitten by a vampire and now was one of their thralls. It was a strange feeling being welcomed over to the other side that had pursued me. Zombie take is quite profound. This is no time to be postulate. You must capture Rena. The principal is walking down the hall. The bell will ring soon. To devour Rena, I, who had been turned into a demon of vengeance, needed to use any means necessary. Except I wasn't a zombie. I wasn't just a zombie, I was a master of the night. A vampire. Using the same trick that had tightened the noose around my own neck, I used my classmates to further my evil designs. I gathered up the lower grades from around the school grounds. Everyone listen. Rena's in big trouble. All of you, please look for Rena. It was a bigger problem than just a jumbo jet crashing in your family's house. Oh yeah, it had turned into that, hadn't it? Mion whistled nonchalantly, trying to avoid the blame. Yeah, not even the same league as jumbo jets. What fell on Rena's house was a space colony. Wow. A space colony? Yeah, a really big disaster. Everything in a 100-kilometer radius just obliterated. Well, that's only the prelude of the tragic tale. This is the beginning, the start of the War of Independence by the propaganda pedality. Propaganda pality of Xeon or whatever. The lower grades were dumbfounded. Their eyes are like saucers at the grand turn of events. What will happen? Will the Terrain Federation lose? If things go on like this, they will. Only one person can defeat the Red Comet. That person is Rena Ryugu. The lower grade students all gulped. It all seemed I made them fully understand that the fight for Earth was lost without Rena. Wow. I can't believe this. Now scatter, comrades, we must find Rena. My comrades in the lower grades that had an enthusiastic cheer and dashed off into the various directions around the school grounds. There was still one person who hadn't gone. But I thought that even the Terrain Federation's impulse wave diffusional cannon didn't work on the Common Empire. You're close. That's the white variety of those comets. The reason it didn't work was because they didn't know the weak point. Of course, Rena knows their weak point all too well. Ryugu-san is amazing. Satisfied with that, he also rushed off to look for Rena. It does seem that there are some promising up-and-comers amongst the youngsters. Little Kei-chan's abilities, this old man knows them better now. Didn't really feel like she was complimenting me, but whatever. Really though, how exceptional Kei-chan. How exceptional Kei-chan. This looks like quite promising. If we have many, we can win. With this many, we will win. I was thinking that Keiichi would have been a better nominee for this initial zombie. Rika's words stung a bit, but I'll let it slide for now. Not even Rena would be able to escape the entire class. As a result of everyone's thorough search, Rena was finally cornered in the back of the sports equipment shed. They're all scary! Keiichi-chan too? So scary. I was probably scary because being chased around by an entire student body. All the lower grades closed in on Rena, saying she was the only one who could save the world. What are you all saying? I can't control a mech? Rena! How could you leave me for dead? Are you ready to pay for it? I'm sorry about that, Keiichi-kun, but I don't have a choice. Do not resist. Let yourself be devoured. Let's all be together. Now, Rena, say your prayers. Rena had stumbled onto a mat, trembling with tears in her eyes. I closed in. Associating with a situation with a similar, particularly a more immoral one, made my pulse quicken just a little bit. Satoko and Rika-chan were both wiggling their fingers. They probably wanted to tickle Rena. Rena wanted no part in what she knew was about to happen, when stiff with fear. Keiichi-kun? Well, you wouldn't do things to me like that, everyone else, would you? Would you? I wonder. Now then, are you ready? Okay. As long as it's for Keiichi-kun. The face she made as she resigned herself to her fate made my heart skip a beat. I believe that Keiichi-kun won't do horrible things to me. Our body won't move. That'd be some sort of anti-zombie mantra. The second my sense of reason chimed in, the beast inside me died instantly. Wow. Rena survives. Game over. Yay! I did it. I survived. Yay! Rena pranced around merrily as if the curse had been broken. So daylight broke in the nick of time and the evil zombie army disintegrated into dust. And so the heroine survived. Well, that's how it goes in the movies anyway. What are you postulating about? This is all because Keiichi-san was dawdling about. Punishment is required. I was subdued by Satoko and by Rika once again. And once again was sentenced to death by 100 tickles. Yeah, forgive me. Yeah. Then the award for surviving goes to Rena Ryugu and Mion Sonozaki. What? She wasn't a zombie! Only pretended to be one. They say you need to deceive your allies before you can deceive the enemy, you know. Of Mion, you little... Yeah. Hurry up and change, alright? Don't be late for the next class. Let go of me, Satoko, Rika-chan! Having my fill of being terrified to the very core, my club activities, I solemnly swore that I would have Mion crying for mercy next time. That was absolutely amazing. Holy cow. I absolutely enjoyed this episode of Higurashi, episode 5. My goodness. As the school bell rings, we're going to end this episode today on Higurashi When They Cry, the visual novel. As we end the school day, I believe. Or is this the end of the actual... Is this me? We're back home. Oh, wow. Okay, guys, this is Daaro DS, and I'm going to catch you guys next time on Higurashi When They Cry. This is absolutely amazing. I cannot, words can't describe how I enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys enjoy this episode. This was absolutely amazing for me to voice and just read. And words cannot describe it. This is probably one of the best episodes so far. And I'm gonna catch you guys next time. This is Daaro DS. Next time on Higurashi, I hope it's as good as this one, because pretty much every single emotion was enthralled in my voice and all that. I absolutely enjoyed it. Oh, gosh, I don't want to leave, but I have to. Thank you all for watching. This is Daaro DS signing out, and stay tuned forever. Next time, whatever video I decide to put up, hopefully Steins Gate is next. Have a good night, good day, wherever you're doing, and catch you guys next time. Peace.